life, but I'm going to continue on and I'm going to be successful. And halfway through school, I started constantly having numbness in my hands, constantly being numb to where I couldn't hardly grip the little curlers or this and that. I was having problems with combing and stuff like that. And I went to the doctor. I probably would have been okay. So this is 2003. So I was about 22 years old. I went to the doctor and they said you have carpal tunnel, and it was not even at the beginning stages. So when I would be braiding people's hair, your hands go numb. I'm just braiding. I used to be so fat, braid, and your hands go numb. I would just shake it out, keep back braiding, back braid, back braid. I didn't know that I was doing myself damage. You're really supposed to stretch. Do your stretches. You're compacting that nerve, that main nerve that goes through your hand. You're compacting it by doing that. You're putting too much pressure on it. So basically, I did that to the point where I constricted this nerve so much that it was collapsing. It basically was not much blood flow going. And then you can get to the point where you actually damage the nerve. So I damaged my nerves, and which means you never get back the full range of that. So I went and I had carpal tunnel surgery. Did I? When did I have surgery? No. I had surgery after. That was when I was working in the salon. When I finally got out and worked in the salon, that I ended up with the carpal tunnel surgery. Having to leave due to getting the carpal tunnel surgery. So no. So I didn't get it then. I just went through therapy. I went through therapy. They were telling me to take all these B vitamins and stuff. They can help repair the nerves, but pretty much like what the doctor had told me was like construction workers have bad backs, cosmetologists have bad hands. So I had a very short lived cosmetology life. But despite that, I'm not the one to give up because of challenges, disappointments. I kept going. And that was midway through school. Our school had actually closed down. That was when we were in our first school. And they rebuilt this big, beautiful, looked like a real salon school. And I completed it. I completed cosmetology school. Now, cosmetology school was also very hard to complete as well because it does go by hours. It's hours based. And basically, they set it up so that you can do it within, the right amount of time. But they also gave you flexibility. So you would just have to make up your hours. If you miss, you have to make up your hours. And it would be to the point where I would be heading. My cosmetology school was in a whole different city. And so it moved out. Well, yeah, it was in a different city. So it moved out. It started in a different city, but then when it still moved to a different part of the city, like far away. So I would be finding myself going to heading to school, and my daughter would call because she was about 3 then. She was about 3 years old. And she said, "Mommy, I miss you." Or when I'm heading out the door for school, she's like, "Mommy, do you really have to go to school today? I just wanna spend time with you." Girl, no, baby, I don't have to go to school today. If I left, now if she got me before I went to school, I would just stay home with her. We'll go to the park, we'll hang out. And now remember, when I was in cosmetology school, I still worked overnight. So after classes were over, I would have to go and work the night shift. So during the day, I didn't really sleep as well, except for when our daughter slept, because I had to watch her. And it wasn't until she got into 4C, when I finally got 4C, when she was about 3 going on 4 years old, is when I finally got 4C, when she would spend a few hours. Back then, they had just started something called, it's not Head Start. What is that? It's a program, because Head Start wouldn't take her. I forgot why she was disqualified for that. I think I made too much money or something, they claimed. And she went to the school. She was so excited. And then they was like, no, ma'am, we can't take you. So she didn't get to go to that. It's something else that they had started, but it was only for like 3 hours a day. At that time, it was only for like 3 hours a day. So I would drop her off to it, and then I can go home and get some sleep. But 3 hours of sleep is still not that much. I would have to go pick her back up. So I did only take naps when she was gone, and then when she would decide to take a nap. And then about 4 or 5 o'clock, it's time for me to go to cosmetology school. So I would rush out, try to get to the parking lot and just take a nap in the parking lot before class started. And then once class started, we would have a break there during class. So I would eat really quickly. I would keep food in my car so that I could eat a snack really fast, and then I could take a nap. And then we would have, in between, clocking into my night job, and when school got out, I would drive to work really, really quickly so that I can get a little nap in the parking lot of the super center before I had to clock in. And then I also slept on, we had a 15-minute break. I would sleep on that 15-minute break. We had an hour lunch. I would sleep on that hour lunch, and then we had another 15-minute break around 5 o'clock in the morning. I would sleep then. And then when I got off of work at 7 a.m., I will rush home, creep in the door, and I would get a little nap before she wakes up, just so we can cycle and do this all again. So this is how my cosmetology school life was set up. Basically never sleeping. So, but I'm determined. I want to be something. I want to turn my life around and actually become what I was created to be, a creative, a person that makes money off of their creativity. And so when I developed the carpal tunnel, instead of just dropping out, like a lot of people, the whole class that we started with, majority of them dropped out. And it became to where each month would start a new class. People would get all mixed up to where we just formed our own like basic class. Cause like each month they started students, but half of them, like more than half of them would drop. So I didn't drop. I continued through. I followed through. Though I was having these carpal tunnel problems, I always thought that I could get past them. If I could do enough stretches, I could wear my little carpal tunnel brace, train myself to always wear that. I could still do hair. So I graduated. I actually finished. I was able to do enough clinic hours. I was able to, which towards the end was really difficult because I had turned around to go home so many times that I was a lot of hours behind. So at that time, I had to basically, for a week, I basically had to call in. And I would have to do from the time that school opened to the time the school closed to regain and make up all my hours. So I would go even on the day I didn't have to be there, because remember it was 4 days in the 4 weekdays. No, it was 5 weekdays, like scheduled in the evening was part-time. And then Saturday, everybody went. So that's how now I think the day schedule, they didn't have to, I don't know how theirs was set up. I think it was set up by 8-hour days, but we had like 4 or 5 hour days in the evening. And then we would have to be there on Saturday. But for me, I would literally have to be there every day, like from they open on Monday to close on Monday, open on Tuesday, close on Tuesday, and all day on Saturday, like throughout the whole week to even almost catch up my hours, because I was so far behind. But I did it. I made all my hours. I did all my clients. I passed all my tests and I graduated. And then I went to take state board. I really thought I wasn't prepared. I went in there and they would tell us these horrors about taking state board to where it almost scared you. Like you put it off, put it off. And I put it off so long. I had my license. Well, you have a temporary, um, I think it was like a temporary license or something. No. It's something you get. I had my certificate. I did have my certificate, but I didn't yet have my license because we kept avoiding it because of the horrors they told of state board. So I finally was like, no, I'm going to be a cosmetologist. So I went in, I scheduled my state board. I hadn't studied nothing. Well, I kind of used to study when I was at a door greeter. I would write on my 3x5 cards all the little things, like everything I can think of from the book, flip them over. And while I'm guarding the door, we have these little smocks. I have my little 3x5 cards in there and I would be studying. So I studied, but we always thought it wasn't good enough because of the horrors they told us of state board. So I finally do my state board, scheduled it, walked in, answer, and I was done and I walked out. And they was like, are you sure you're done? You don't want to check over your answers? You don't want to? I said, it is what it is. I was thinking at that point, if I fail, I'll just try it again later. And I passed state board with flying colors. And I was awarded my cosmetology license. And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm on the verge of finally being a success. Now I just got to keep these hands under control, just be able to. And my clients, I wanted to do other things. I didn't want to just be, but I was known for braiding and I was so good at them. And there was this thing called silky dreads. I don't know what they call them something else now, fox locks, or I don't know what they call them things, honestly, but they are a lot of work. And I was known for doing them really neatly, really fast and this and that. So people always wanted braids from me, pinch plaits and, the box braids and I'm like, I can't really do that anymore because it's kind of rupturing my hands, messing my hands up. Can I do a sew-in for you? Like I was good with them sew-ins, and no, girl, they wanted the braids. So I'm like, okay, I'm making money, so I do the braids. Now I'm basically destroying my own self. I'm trying to make it, but I'm kind of messing my body up in the meanwhile. So I get out and I get to this, it was a place called Classic Images. It was off of East Colonial. I don't think they even exist anymore. But I went there and I started working there. We would be there all day. I still worked at night. I still had to work at night because I wasn't making any money. Like I was making side money, but it wasn't living wage money. So I still had to keep my overnight job. So in the evenings, I'm setting up at this business, and business is kind of slow because it was a new salon. They had not even established themselves yet. So it wasn't like we had clients or anything. I had this, oh my God, this beautiful friend. Oh my gosh. This girl was a go-getter. She would be all outside the door. Girl, y'all come on in. It had flyers and everything. Come on in. And I remember the owner was upset because I had made my own business cards. I drew them out. And he was like, this is not the image we're trying to put out. And like, she was so mad that he wasn't like applauding my creativity and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if we just left or the business just shut down, but she left and started her own, shop. And I kind of started working for her for a while, but as well, it was still trying to build and get off the ground. So this is the whole thing. You don't just finish school and boom, you're successful. No, you finish school, you work hard and finish school, and there's all this area in between before you reach success. And this is where I'm at now for graphic design. I worked hard to finish in graphic design and get a certificate in web design. I got my degree in graphic design and my certificate in web design. I am only 4 classes from a degree in web design as well. But I'm just over school. I'm team over school. So I don't have that second degree yet. Yet. So there's all this room from finishing school to success. You got to work your way. It's not together, finish school and then success. And that's where my problem is coming in. For me to get to that path of success from finishing school, baby, I need time. I need time outside of just working at a restaurant all freaking darn day of my life. I need to be building those blocks towards success, right? And that's where I'm kind of at now. So it was that same way when I was in cosmetology school. So I couldn't just jump out and be, so I always had to keep that overnight job so that I could support our daughter. I was trying to support her alone because Marcello was in prison on a wrongful conviction. So I don't know. I probably have to stop here because I'm not all the way through this journey and the phone is about to cut off. I only have about 5 more minutes. And I don't think I want it to just abruptly cut off. So we're just going to leave it right here. And we will finish with my journey to being an artist. All right, guys. As you know, I am Cadillac Dixon. I am the legally blind artist that is rapping, painting for justice, hoping to see justice before it all fades to black. Yes. And on top of that, girl, I carry so many hats. I have the license. I have a certificate for makeup artist. I'm a cosmetologist, a licensed cosmetologist, which I renew my license every binary year. So I'm still a licensed cosmetologist. I just have these riddled hands. These are what prevent me from being a cosmetologist, but I'm still a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a illustrator. I am a writer. I'm an author. I have books. I am a poet. I'm a rapper, though people said that they should be brutally honest and say that, I'm not good at rap. Girl, that's fine. That's just an opinion. And thank you so much for your opinion. But I have had a lot of other people tell me that my rap have made them like really heartfelt and made grown men cry. So I'm going to take into consideration your opinion, but also there's many people that said my music touched them. So thank you as well. I appreciate that. But I'm a rapper. I am a graphic designer, a web designer, artist. Like I wear so many creative hats. And that's really what I just want to do. I want to create. I believe these gifts were given to me to be able to create, but also with my gifts, I was given disabilities. So it's almost like that superhero with that kryptonite. I'm a great artist, but I'm also given disabilities, which my disabilities, I'm legally blind, losing my sight. One day I will require cornea transplants. I'm not quite to, well, I am to transplant stage on this side, but I'm really scared. Not did it yet. This side is not there yet. So I'm relying off of the vision in this eye. I have 3 herniated discs in my neck from a slip and fall. I have arthritis in my neck. I have TMJ in my jaw, which makes it really tight and hard to even talk. It hurts for me to talk. Gives me headaches when I talk. I have a slip disc in my lower back, which causes me sciatica, to where it makes my butt tight all the time, which makes it hard to stand for too long, which makes it hard to sit for too long. So that's what disrupts me with my graphic design. I can't just sit in a chair. I have to stand up, sit down, lay on the floor, bend over a bed. I'm all over the place. I can't drive for too long. It's just so many things going on, and it's like, I just want to create, girl. And it makes you think that at least the art that I do create, because even with videos, when I edit my videos, that's why I kind of laid off of them. I have carpal tunnel. It's hard. It's not easy to edit. And then once you spend all that strength that you don't have, you pull it from somewhere and you edit, and then you don't get views. So it's like I create, but I don't get views. I paint, but I don't get anybody to look at them. I don't know. It's very discouraging. It really is. But I don't know how to give up. I kind of wish I knew how to give up. I don't know how to give up. All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.